Congratulations on
Thank
the
you
film.
so much.
And it's fantastic. I was just saying that I find it lovely to have a film where it doesn't tell me immediately who I'm supposed to be rooting for. Is it challenging in a market where sometimes people want simple, straightforward things to get a film like that made?
That's a good question. I think that's what we aimed for, and I'm glad we achieved in wanting to do that. We financed the film independently, so we had the freedom to really make the film that we had in mind. And I think the response to the audience, just like you said, of like people not really knowing what they're supposed to feel, thinking they know one person from one scene, and then they leave the scene and like, no, actually they had totally. Their impressions were wrong. I think that's what cinema is. That's what we want the audience to feel at the end of the day.
And in a time, possibly in the world, where the media isn't necessarily asking difficult questions in some cases, do you find that cinema can step in to do that?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
As in the moral grey areas and pointing out that things aren't always as simple or cut and dried as they seem.
Well, I personally feel that the media often tells you like what's black or white, and maybe also social networks. Our job and what I love about cinema is exactly the opposite. It's like showing those gray areas that you're talking about, those complexities of us as human beings, sometimes being bad, sometimes being good. You've judged people one day and like you've been judged, and like it's like trying to understand what makes us complex people. And yeah, I think it's different from the media, to be honest, and that's also why I want to make cinema, and that's why it's so great to work with someone like Todd.
And then you have the chemistry between your two lead actresses as well. How fantastic was it to see that kind of develop?
It was incredible. It was a dream come true. Natalie sent the script to Todd. He was like, what do you think about maybe having Julianne join us? I was like, of course. They had never worked together, so it was like incredible. And then watching them play, opposite one another, it was just like an incredible dance. They are so gifted and talented that they make it look so easy, but it's not, but it's like, it was very joyful on set.
And then you've got Charles to complete the triangle and make it believable.
He's incredible. He's like the breakthrough of, he's a revelation, and I'm so glad that it's happening for him. I hope he can join us soon because he deserves to, to share the film with an audience and see their reaction.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!